My doctor kissed me. Story time. I hope your doctor wasn't in the GP service when he kissed you. I'm sure there's some patient-doctor confidentiality that we have completely fucked up here. So, hi Tatty, I've been a big fan of yours. This was sent in 3 days ago, by the way, so this is hot off the press. Hi Tatty, I've been a big fan of yours for so long and I never thought I'd have anything to share until 3 days ago. Whoa, so we're like a week out. I wonder how you're feeling at this moment in time, you sexy little thing. I hope this kiss was consensual, otherwise I fucked it. Here we go. So I'm 19 and I had a doctor's appointment with, obviously, my doctor who is 47. And during our appointment, we usually make small talk. About what? I'm normally telling my doctor that my head feels like it's going to pop off my shoulders, my ears are crackling, or I've got backache. What are we talking about? So we're making small talk with the doctor. How's the wife? Oh, you haven't got one?
Do you know my favourite thing to do with the doctors is look at the pictures that are on their desk?
Lizzie has just made a very good point here that her favourite thing to do at a doctor's is whilst they're writing the prescription. What winds me up at the doctors is when they don't fucking know what's wrong with you, so they Google it. You tell me not to Google. You tell me not to Google my symptoms. And now you are. Anyway, here we go. So yeah, Lizzie's favourite thing to do is look at the pictures on the desk. That's very good, Lizzie, well done. He's aware of where I work since it's a very local restaurant. It's not a chain, so it's individual, and I talk a lot about it. I had casually mentioned I'd be working tonight. Well, he ended up coming to my work. Well, you went to his work, so I guess we're equal. I ended up getting off before he'd finished his meal, and I went to wish him goodbye since he was planning to move offices, and our appointment was our last. We're going to this office for regular doctor's appointments then. Like we're on like a good vibe with this doctor.
She's chronically ill.
Lizzie! Lizzie's just deadpan looked at me and gone, she's chronically ill. Maybe she is, and that's okay.
I'm saying it as a fact, not judgment.
She's either chronically ill or she's a hypochondriac, so let her be. Anyway, I ended up getting off before he finished his meal, so I went to wish him goodbye since he was planning to move offices and our appointment was going to be our last. He asked me to sit, and I did. I just thought it was nothing, and we sort of had just a bit more small talk. Then he asked if I wanted to go on a walk around the town. I agreed because, again, he's my doctor, and I always thought I could trust him. I fear there's a power imbalance going on here. We walked and talked, and he ended up walking me to my car. And that's when he took a step forward towards me and told me he's never felt this way before. And that is when he kissed me. I freaked out and pulled away, and I tried to make conversation to stop him from kissing me more. Then my co-workers came up, and I managed to secretly text them asking to stay until I finally got away from my doctor. I fear this is not the way I thought this dilemma was going. My doctor had my number and ended up messaging me the next day, but I haven't responded. I don't know what to do. I know the right thing to do is report it because he's like 30 years older than me, but I'm having a hard time coping with this. Thanks. I can completely understand why you're having a hard time. The text basically says, by the way, I think we're in America. He says, did you make it home okay? You say, I did. He says, there's tons of light pollution here, but I feel like I saw every star in that Milky Way tonight. Huh? Is he saying like he can see clearly now? What? And then the next day, he texts you, hey blank, I hope you're having a spectacular day. No, I'm not, sir, because you have just thrown a spanner in the works. I thought our relationship was based on professionality, confidentiality, and respect. But no, clearly you've had another thing in your mind, Dr. Steve. I think fuck up this man's life. I said it. I think as a doctor, you don't kiss your patients unless you're giving the kiss a lot. You're not kissing your patients. That's rule number 1. actually quite easy to not kiss your patients. He has taken... What?
He was moving offices, so technically he wasn't her doctor anymore.
He is still a doctor that has treated a patient. I think you could ask ChatGPT. Let's ask ChatGPT. Or whistleblow. Because, I don't know. This is too much for me. I think you need to tell your parents. 19. Yeah, she's 19 and he's 47. I think speak to a trusted adult or a trusted friend so you're not dealing with this on your own. Seek their advice, because I think there's something we can... You don't do that. Like, I think if you'd been on a couple of dates or whatnot, maybe then it'd be all right, considering he's no longer your doctor. But I don't know. This does not sit comfortable with me at all. And if it's not sitting comfortable with me, then yeah, your boundaries have been completely crossed. I would genuinely just Google this and see what the advice is in your country, because I think from the number that's at the top of the screen, you're not from the UK. I would genuinely do that. Or is that like a citizens advice bureau that you can ask? Or ring the office and just say, this has happened, this doctor no longer works here, what should I do? Because he's also now breaking patient confidentiality and GDPR, which I think is called HIPAA in America. He's taken your number and is using it for personal use, and that's not right. Yeah. I hope you're okay, my love. This is really, really bad. Please keep me updated on what happens. Stay safe and speak to as many people as you can about this, because sometimes I think when these things happen, you just can't process it and you have to keep talking about it until you've offloaded. But yeah, I hope you're okay. Stay strong. That should never have happened to you, and I'm really, really sorry. Love you. All right, our next story is titled, My Holiday Fling Got Married 2 days after telling me that he missed me. Story time. So last year I went on holiday in my midlife crisis era and got talking to a bartender. We'll call him Steve. Just the general flirt, more his side than mine. He'd seen me when I was at breakfast, had my drink ready for me when I got ready to the bar, etc. Certain things did give me the ick. I'm talking winking at me or introducing me to people as his wifey the day after we met. He'd tell the people I was with that I'm his future wife and that my parents were his in-laws. Side note, his best mate was fitter and funnier. Anyway, he gave me his number and we stayed in contact after I got home. General chit chat, how's your day, what you're up to, etc. He'd say he misses me and I quote, I miss your cute face. Wanted to FaceTime me all the time, then would disappear for like 2 months at a time and pop back up with a triple message when I didn't reply, acting like nothing was happening. A few months ago, he popped up to me for the final time with the usual, how are you, I miss you, blah, 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 blah. Next thing I know, I found out from his social media, he got married 2 days after his last round of messages to me saying he missed me and wanted to fly out to meet me. Rest assured, it never even crossed my mind to do so. But Tatty, when I tell you my jaw was literally on the floor at the sight of the pictures of him with his whole wife and him and his mother-in-law at the wedding, I could not believe it. I've not heard from him since, and I will not be replying ever again. Anyway, good luck to you and your wife, Steve, you fucking weirdo. See you never. Yeah, I guess. You're fair. What is with these men? I imagine him around the bar, he's like, hello, señorita, my wifey. Not my real one. Lizzie sat there looking at me like, what an odd little man. How are these men doing this? It's actually scary. That he's just going to work. What the fuck do his colleagues think? I've just assumed that he's Spanish, by the way. I'm thinking these like these sexy Spanish men. Anyway, what a fucking nutter. I hope his wedding went okay. I hope that one day this bride realizes that she is with a weird person called Steve. I actually have no more to say on that. I'm glad that you haven't like been emotionally invested in this man and that you were a little bit weirded out. Here's the thing. I think we go back to the same resort. Get with his friend. This is when we channel our inner Dave and Steve from the first story. We go back to the same resort. We meet up with the friends of Steve and Amy, the happy couple. And that is where we tell Amy. That's what I'd do. It isn't. I'm not that bold, but that's what I would like to do. What I would actually do is what she's doing, and I'd tell someone on a podcast that can read it out, because that's a cracking story. I'm just really glad you weren't emotionally invested in this man, because that would hurt so much more. But your Steve radar was dinging, being like, weirdo, 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 weirdo. Yeah.
I fear the truth is that he just lacks brain cells.
Yeah, I agree, Liz.
I think he just sounds a bit stupid.
Very strange, stupid Steve. Are we shocked? I'm not, personally. Anyway, to the happy couple. A toast to the groom, to the groom, to the groom, to the groom, to the bride, to the bride, to the bride. To your sister, Angelica, who was always by your side. To you, Diane, and the hope that you provide. May you always.
Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Whoa.